Iago, The Strategies of Evil by Harold Bloom. Chapter 8. From this time forth I never will speak word. Enter Othello with a light, and Desdemona in her bed. Othello. It is the cause, my soul. Let me not name it to you, you chaste stars. It is the cause. Yet I'll not shed her blood, nor scar that whiter skin of hers than snow, and smooth as monumental alabaster. Act 5, Scene 2, lines 1 to 5. Frenzied and bewildered, the Moor repeats the cause 3 times. He does not know what it means, nor do we. Is it the reason for impending slaughter? Or is it a barbaric principle? Either way, Othello is made more dreadful by his vow to keep his wife's beauty unblemished by strangling her. Yet she must die, else she'll betray more men. Put out the light, and then put out the light. If I quench thee, thou flaming minister, I can again thy former light restore. Should I repent me, but once put out thy light, thou cunningst pattern of excelling nature, I know not where is that Promethean heat that can thy light relume. When I have plucked thy rose, I cannot give it vital growth again. It needs must wither. I'll smell thee on the tree. He kisses her. O balmy breath, that dost almost persuade justice to break her sword. One more, one more, be thus when thou art dead, and I will kill thee, and love thee after. One more, and this the last. He kisses her. So sweet was ne'er so fatal. I must weep, but they are cruel tears. This sorrow's heavenly, it strikes where it doth love. She wakes. Act 5, Scene 2, lines 6 to 22. The peculiar monstrosity of this Eros is that the Moor, once the master of separating the camp of war from that of peace, is lost in a whirligig of violence and affection. Desdemona. Who's there? Othello? Othello. Aye, Desdemona. Desdemona. Will you come to bed, my lord? Othello. Have you prayed tonight, Desdemon? Desdemona. Aye, my lord. Othello. If you bethink yourself of any crime unreconciled as yet to heaven and grace, solicit for it straight. Desdemona. Alack, my lord, what may you mean by that? Othello. Well, do it, and be brief. I will walk by. I would not kill thy unprepared spirit. No, heaven forfend, I would not kill thy soul. Desdemona. Talk you of killing? Othello. Aye, I do. Desdemona. Then heaven have mercy on me. Othello. Amen, with all my heart. Desdemona. If you say so, I hope you will not kill me. Othello. Desdemona. And yet I fear you, for you're fatal then when your eyes roll so. Why I should fear I know not, since guiltiness I know not, but yet I fear. Othello. Think on thy sins. Desdemona. They are loves I bear to you. Act 5, Scene 2, lines 23 to 42. The appalling pathos is in her accuracy. Her only sins were her mistaken passion for the Moor and her loyalty to him. Othello. Aye, and for that thou diest. Desdemona. That death's unnatural that kills for loving. Alas, why gnaw you so your nether lip? Some bloody passion shakes your very frame. These are portents, but yet hope, I hope they do not point on me. Othello. Peace, and be still. Desdemona. I will so. What's the matter? Act 5, Scene 2, lines 43 to 50. When I stand back from Othello, the Moor of Venice, what I remember best is the projected torment that Shakespeare inflicts upon us. Only the tragedy of King Lear rivals our suffering. And yet, with King Lear, a world shatters. In Othello, a marvelous woman, blameless and exquisite, is destroyed. It may be that the end of a nation ought to outweigh an individual martyrdom. Yet the sublimity of Lear's tragedy is beyond us. Desdemona is within our capacity to feel and grieve. Othello. That handkerchief which I so loved and gave thee, thou gavest to Cassio. Desdemona. No, by my life and soul. Send for the man and ask him. Othello. Sweet soul, take heed of perjury. Thou art on thy deathbed. Desdemona. Ay, but not yet to die. Othello. Yes, presently. Therefore confess thee freely of thy sin. For to deny each article with oath cannot remove nor choke the strong conception that I do groan withal. Thou art to die. Act 5, Scene 2, lines 51 to 60. Shakespeare does not spare us the irony of choke. Conception is both the Moor's purposed butchery and the bringing to birth with appropriate groans of his mania. Desdemona. Then, Lord, have mercy on me. Othello. I say amen. Desdemona. And have you mercy too? I never did offend you in my life. Never loved Cassio, but with such general warranty of heaven as I might love. I never gave him token. Othello. By heaven, I saw my handkerchief in his hand, O perjured woman! Thou dost stone my heart, and makes me call what I intend to do a murder, which I thought a sacrifice. I saw the handkerchief. Desdemona. He found it then. I never gave it to him. Send for him hither. Let him confess a truth. Othello. He had confessed. Desdemona. What, my lord? Othello. That he hath used thee. Desdemona. How? Unlawfully? Othello. Aye. Desdemona. He will not say so. Othello. No. His mouth is stopped. Honest Iago hath taken order for it. Desdemona. Oh, my fear interprets. What? Is he dead? Othello. Had all his hairs been lives, my great revenge had stomach for them all. Desdemona. Alas, he is betrayed and I undone. She weeps. Act 5, Scene 2, lines 61 to 80. The rhythm of this is inexorable. Relentlessly Shakespeare presses on. Othello. Out, strumpet! Weepest thou for him to my face? Desdemona. Oh, banish me, my lord, but kill me not. Othello. Down, strumpet! Desdemona. Kill me tomorrow. Let me live tonight. Othello. Nay, if you strive. Desdemona. But half an hour. Othello. Being done, there is no pause. Desdemona. But while I say one prayer. Othello. 'Tis too late. Smothers her. Emilia at the door. My lord, what ho? My lord. Othello. What noise is this? Not dead? Not yet quite dead? I that am cruel and yet merciful, I would not have thee linger in thy pain. He dispatches her. So. Act 5, Scene 2, lines 81 to 92. Nothing mitigates Othello's crime. Pathologically, he is lost in the abyss of self to which Iago reduced him. Shakespeare frightens us with imagery of earthquake and eclipses. Emilia within. What ho, my lord, my lord! Othello. Who's there? Amelia, within. Oh, good my lord, I would speak a word with you. Othello. Yes, 'tis Amelia. By and by, she's dead. 'Tis like she comes to speak of Cassio's death. The noise was high. Ha! No more moving. Act 5, Scene 2, lines 93 to 96. The folio reads high, but many editors prefer the quarto here. Othello. Still as the grave. Shall she come in? Were't good? I think she stirs again. No. What's best to do? If she come in, she'll sure speak to my wife. My wife? My wife? What wife? I have no wife. Oh, insupportable. Oh, heavy hour. Methinks it should be now a huge eclipse of sun and moon, and that the affrighted globe did yawn and at alteration. The horrified globe opens wide, as in an earthquake, confronting simultaneous lunar and solar eclipses. Emilia within. I do beseech you that I may speak with you. Oh, good my lord! Othello. I had forgot thee. Oh, come in, Emilia. Soft. By and by. Let me the curtains draw. He closes the bed curtains and opens the door. Where art thou? Enter Emilia. What's the matter with thee now? Emilia. Oh, my good lord, yonder's foul's murder's done. Othello. What? Now? Emilia. But now, my lord. Othello. It is the very error of the moon. She comes more nearer earth than she was wont, and makes men mad. Emilia. Cassio, my lord, hath killed a young Venetian called Roderigo. Othello. Roderigo killed? And Cassio killed? Emilia. No, Cassio is not killed. Othello. Not Cassio killed? Then murder's out of tune, and sweet revenge grows harsh. Desdemona. Oh, falsely murdered. Emilia. Oh Lord, what cry is that? Othello. That? What? Amelia. Out! And alas, that was my lady's voice. She opens the bed curtains. Help! Help! Oh, help! Oh, lady, speak again! Sweet Desdemona! Oh, sweet mistress, speak! Desdemona. A guiltless death I die. Emilia. Oh, who hath done this deed? Desdemona. Nobody. I myself. Farewell. Commend me to my kind lord. Oh, farewell. She dies. Act 5, Scene 2, lines 97 to 129. In our shock, we scarcely can wonder how someone smothered to death revives sufficiently to make 3 more statements. We are swept on to Othello's confused agony. Othello. Why, how should she be murdered? Emilia. Alas, who knows? Othello. You heard her say herself it was not I. Emilia. She said so. I must needs report the truth. Othello. She's like a liar gone to burning hell. 'Twas I that killed her. Emilia. Oh, the more angel she, and you the blacker devil. Othello. She turned to folly. She was a whore. Emilia. Thou dost belie her, and thou art a devil. Othello. She was false as water. Emilia. Thou art rash as fire to say that she was false. Oh, she was heavenly true. Othello. Cassio did top her. Ask thy husband else. Oh, I were damned beneath all depth in hell, but that I did proceed upon just grounds to this extremity. Thy husband knew it all. Amelia. My husband? Othello. Thy husband. Amelia. That she was false to wedlock? Othello. Ay, with Cassio. Nay, had she been true, if heaven would make me such another world of one entire and perfect chrysolite, I'd not have sold her for it. Amelia. My husband? Othello. Ay, 'twas he that told me on her first. An honest man is he, and hates the slime that sticks on filthy deeds. Amelia. My husband? Othello. What needs this iterance, woman? I say thy husband. Amelia. Oh, mistress, villainy hath made mocks with love. My husband say she was false? Othello. He, woman, I say thy husband. Dost understand the word? My friend, thy husband, honest Iago. Amelia. If ye say so, may his pernicious soul rot half a grain a day. He lies to the heart. She was too fond of her most filthy bargain. Othello. Ha! He draws. Amelia. Do thy worst. This deed of thine is no more worthy heaven than thou wast worthy her. Othello. Peace, you were best. Emilia. Thou hast not half that power to do me harm as I have to be hurt. O gull, O dolt, as ignorant as dirt. Thou hast done a deed. I care not for thy sword. I'll make thee known, though I lost 20 lives. Help! Help! Ho! Help! The Moor hath killed my mistress. Murder! Murder! Act 5, Scene 2, lines 130 to 174. Superbly loyal to the murdered Desdemona, Emilia is fearless, standing up to the armed and crazy Moor. The entrance of Montano, Gratiano, and Iago inaugurates the final movement of Othello's deranged existence. Montano. What is the matter? How now, General? Emilia. Oh, are you come, Iago? You have done well, that men must lay their murders on your neck. Gratiano. What is the matter? Emilio to Iago. Disprove this villain, if thou beest a man. He says thou toldst him that his wife was false. I know thou didst not. Thou art not such a villain. Speak, for my heart is full. Act 5, Scene 2, lines 175 to 182. That Iago should be unknown, even to his own wife, testifies to his amazing development throughout the drama. Iago. I told him what I thought and told no more than what he found himself was apt and true. Emilia. But did you ever tell him that she was false? Iago. I did. Emilia. You told a lie, an odious, damned lie. Upon my soul, a lie, a wicked lie. She, false with Cassio? Did you say with Cassio? Iago. With Cassio, mistress? Go to, charm your tongue. Emilia. I will not charm my tongue. I am bound to speak. My mistress here lies murdered in her bed. All. Oh, heavens forfend! Emilia. And your reports have set the murder on. Othello. Nay, stare not, masters. It is true indeed. Gratiano. 'Tis a strange truth. Montano. Oh, monstrous act. Emilia. Villainy, villainy, villainy. I think upon it. I think I smelled. Oh, villainy. I thought so then. I'd kill myself for grief. Oh, villainy, villainy. Iago. What, are you mad? I charge you, get you home. Emilia. Good gentleman, let me have leave to speak. 'Tis proper I obey him, but not now. Perchance, Iago, I will ne'er go home. Othello. Oh, oh, oh. Othello falls on the bed. Act 5, Scene 2, lines 183 to 204. The Moor's internal collapse finds an outward gesture as he flings himself down on the bed of his butchery. Amelia, magnificent in her bitter courage, becomes a freely blowing north wind of truth, to the cost of her life. Amelia. Nay, lay thee down and roar, for thou hast killed the sweetest innocent that e'er did lift up eye. Othello, rising. Oh, she was foul. I scarce did know you, uncle. There lies your niece, whose breath indeed these hands have newly stopped. I know this act shows horrible and grim. Gratiano. Poor Desdemon, I am glad thy father's dead. Thy match was mortal to him, and pure grief shore his old thread in twain. Did he live now, this sight would make him do a desperate turn, yea, curse his better angel from his side, and fall to reprobance. Act 5, Scene 2, lines 205 to 216. Kinsman to Brabantio, Gratiano is accurate in believing that Desdemona's father, had he lived, would do the desperate deed or turn of reprobance, that is to say, damnation through suicide. Othello. 'Tis pitiful, but yet Iago knows that she with Cassio hath the act of shame 1,000 times committed. Cassio confessed it, and she did gratify his amorous works with that recognizance and pledge of love which I first gave her. I saw it in his hand. It was a handkerchief, an antique token my father gave my mother. Amelia. Oh God! Oh heavenly God! Iago. Zounds, hold your peace. Amelia. Twill out. I peace? No, I will speak as liberal as the north. Let heaven and men and devils, let them all cry shame against me, yet I'll speak. Iago. Be wise, and get you home. Amelia. I will not. Iago threatens Amelia. Gratiano. Fie, your sword upon a woman? Amelia. O thou dull Moor! That handkerchief thou speakest of I found by fortune, and did give my husband, for often, with a solemn earnestness, more than indeed belonged to such a trifle, he begged of me to steal it. Iago. Villainous whore! Amelia. She gave it Cassio. No, alas, I found it, and I did give's my husband. Iago. Filth, thou liest! Amelia. By heaven, I do not. I do not, gentlemen. Oh, murderous coxcomb, what should such a fool do with so good a wife? Othello. Are there no stones in heaven, but what serves for the thunder? Precious villain! He runs at Iago. Montano disarms Othello. Iago from behind stabs Amelia. Gratiano. The woman falls. Sure, he have killed his wife. Amelia. Oh, lay me by my mistress' side. Exit Iago. Act 5, Scene 2, lines 217 to 245. Returned at last to reality, the Moor invokes the stones or thunderbolts of heaven and is prevented from killing Iago by Montano's intervention. Iago, as we would expect, stabs Amelia in the back and escapes momentarily. Exquisitely prolonging our suffering, Shakespeare subjects us to Amelia's repetition of Desdemona's willow song. Gratiano. He's gone, but his wife's killed. Montano. 'Tis a notorious villain. Take you this weapon which I have here recovered from the Moor. Come, guard the door without. Let him not pass, but kill him rather. I'll after that same villain, for 'tis a damned slave. Exit, with all but Othello and Amelia, who has been laid by Desdemona's side. Othello. I am not valiant neither, but every puny whipster gets my sword. But why should I outlive honesty? Let it go all. Emilia. What did thy song bode, lady? Hark, canst thou hear me? I will play the swan and die in music. She sings. Willow, willow, willow. More she was chaste. She loved thee, cruel Moor. So come, my soul, to bliss as I speak true. So speaking as I think, alas, I die. She dies. Act 5, Scene 2, lines 245 to 260. The counterpoint of Othello's self-regarding, let it go all, and Emilia's, I will play the swan, surpasses what has been called the Othello music. This contrast continues in her proud, so speaking as I think, alas, I die, and the Moor's desperate attempt to reassert a warrior's dignity. Othello. I have another weapon in this chamber. It was a sword of Spain, the Icebrook's temper. Oh, here it is. He finds a sword. Uncle, I must come forth. Gratiano within. If thou attempt it, it will cost thee dear. Thou hast no weapon, and perforce must suffer. Othello. Look in upon me then, and speak with me, or naked as I am, I will assault thee. Enter Gratiano. What is the matter? Othello. Behold, I have a weapon. A better never did itself sustain upon a soldier's thigh. I have seen the day that with this little arm and this good sword I have made my way through more impediments than 20 times your stop. But oh, vain boast, who can control his fate? 'Tis not so now, be not afraid, thou, though you do see me weaponed. Here is my journey's end, here is my butt, and very sea mark of my utmost sail. Gratiano steps back. Do you go back dismayed? 'Tis a lost fear, man but a rush against Othello's breast, and he retires. Where should Othello go? Act 5, Scene 2, lines 261 to 280. Something of his old self returns as he realizes the vanity of his boast. He has reached the butt or limit of his arrow's flight, the beacon of his final voyage. Gratiano need not be dismayed, for even a reed would disarm Othello. Something in him breaks with, where should Othello go? He turns to Desdemona. Now, how dost thou look now? O ill-starred wench, pale as thy smock. When we shall meet at Compt, this look of thine will hurl my soul from heaven, and fiends will snatch at it. Cold, cold, my girl, even like thy chastity. O cursed, cursed slave! Whip me, ye devils, from the possession of this heavenly sight. Blow me about in winds, roast me in sulphur, wash me in steep down gulfs of liquid fire. O Desdemona, dead, Desdemona, dead. Oh, oh. Act 5, Scene 2, lines 281 to 290. When he will meet Desdemona at Compt, or the day of judgment, her slain beauty will send him to hell. The enigma of an unconsummated marriage lingers in her cold chastity. The Moor himself is the cursed slave and seeks the fires of hell. The entry of the captive Iago, accompanied by Lodovico, Montano, and poor Cassio, who has to be carried, hastens the final recognition. Lodovico. Where is this rash and most unfortunate man? Othello. That's he that was Othello. Here I am. Lodovico. Where is that viper? Bring the villain forth. Iago is led forward. Othello. I look down towards his feet, but that's a fable. If that thou beest a devil, I cannot kill thee. He wounds Iago. Lodovico. Wrench his sword from him. Othello is disarmed. Iago. I plead serve, but not killed. Othello. I am not sorry neither, I'd have thee live, for in my sense 'tis happiness to die. Lodovico. O thou Othello, that once so good, fallen in the practice of a cursed slave, what shall be said to thee? Othello. Why, anything. An honourable murderer, if you will, for naught did I in hate, but all in honour. Act 5, Scene 2, lines 291 to 303. Shakespeare does not allow us the illusion that the Moor truly apprehends the sufferings of others. The dramatist's aesthetic dilemma is how can you restore some dignity to this great ruin of a warrior? Lodovico. This wretch hath part confessed his villainy. Did you and he consent in Cassio's death? Othello. Aye. Cassio. Dear General, I never gave you cause. Othello. I do believe it, and I ask your pardon. Will you, I pray, demand that demi-devil why he hath thus ensnared my soul and body? Iago. Demand me nothing. What you know, you know. From this time forth I will never speak a word. Act 5, Scene 2, lines 304 to 312. Those are Iago's last words. He will die mutely under torture. His prime affect is now outrage, probably provoked by Emilia's unexpected courage. Lodovico. What, not to pray? Gratiano. Torments will ope your lips. Othello. Well, thou dost best. Lodovico. Sir, you shall understand what hath befallen, which as I think you know not. Here is a letter found in the pocket of the slain Roderigo, and here another. He produces letters. The one of them imports the death of Cassio to be undertook by Roderigo. Othello. O villain! Cassio. Most heathenish and most gross. Lodovico. Now here's another discontented paper found in his pocket too, and this it seems Roderigo meant to have sent this damned villain, but that belike Iago in the interim came in and satisfied him. Othello to Iago. O thou pernicious caitiff! How came you, Cassio, by that handkerchief that was my wife's? Cassio. I found it in my chamber, and he himself confessed it but even now that there he dropped it for a special purpose, which wrought to his desire. Othello. O fool, fool, fool! Cassio. There is besides in Roderigo's letter how he upbraids Iago, and he made him brave me upon the watch whereon it came that I was cast, and even but now he spake after long seeming dead. Iago heard him. Iago sent him on. Lodovico to Othello. You must forsake this room and go with us. Your power and your command is taken off, and Cassio rules in Cyprus. For this slave, if there be any cunning cruelty that can torment him much and hold him long, it shall be his. You shall close prisoner rest, till that the nature of your fault be known to the Venetian state. Come, bring away. Act 5, Scene 2, lines 314 to 347. Presumably Othello faces trial and execution, yet we cannot be certain. Since he has been the indispensable commander of the Venetian forces, we may wonder whether they would have preserved him as a captive mercenary who might still be of some use. But the Moor chooses his own conclusion. Othello. Soft you, a word or two before you go. I have done the state some service, and they know it. No more of that. I pray you in your letters, when you shall these unlucky deeds relate, speak of me as I am, nothing extenuate, nor set down aught in malice. Then must you speak of one that loved not wisely, but too well, of one not easily jealous, but being wrought, perplexed in the extreme, of one whose hand, like the base Judean, threw a pearl away, richer than all his tribe, of one whose subdued eyes, albeit unused to the melting mood, drops tears as fast as the Arabian trees, their medicinable gum. Set you down this, and say besides that in Aleppo once, where a malignant and a turbaned Turk beat a Venetian and traduced the state, I took by the throat the circumcised dog and smote him thus. He stabs himself. Act 5, Scene 2, lines 348 to 366. T.S. Eliot, seconded by F.R. Leavis, dismissed this dying oration as merely an instance of Othello, quote, cheering himself up, unquote. That seems inadequate to the complexity of the suicidal Moor. Indeed, he indulges in a kind of special pleading, yet his yearning for a lost dignity touches us. He weeps as he speaks, and there is still self-deception. He did not love well enough, and was easily jealous. Perplexity remains his key signature, as he still falls short of understanding his flaws. I follow the folio reading of Judean, where I read the reference as Herod the Great, who killed his wife Mariamna in a seizure of jealousy. It is difficult not to feel ambivalence when Othello passes this final judgment upon himself. Whether or not some shred of dignity is restored to him is debatable, and yet his final turn to Desdemona is heartbreaking. Lodovico. Oh, bloody period! Gratiano. All that is spoke is mad. Othello. I kissed thee ere I killed thee. No way but this, killing myself, to die upon a kiss. He kisses Desdemona and dies. Cassio. This did I fear, but thought he had no weapon, for he was great of heart. Lodovico to Iago. O Spartan dog, more fell than anguish, hunger, or the sea. Look on the tragic loading of this bed. This is thy work. The object poisons sight. Let it be hid. Gratiano, keep the house. The bed curtains are drawn. And seize upon the fortunes of the Moor, for they succeed on you. To Cassio. To you, Lord Governor, remains the censure of this hellish villain. The time, the place, the torture. Oh, enforce it. Myself will straight aboard and to the state this heavy act with heavy heart relate. Exeunt. Act 5, Scene 2, lines 367 to 382. Cassio's tribute is just, quote, for he was great of heart, unquote. The genius of Iago proved too strong for Othello's mind to sustain. Lodovico speaks for all of us who have to sustain, quote, this heavy act with heavy heart, unquote. Despite the apocalyptic intensity of King Lear and Macbeth, I reread them with exuberant pleasure, since the sublime calls out to our own answering sense of glory. But nothing by Shakespeare makes me suffer as Othello does. Iago remains the most dangerous of all villains, because his infernal intelligence throws us into despair. And that concludes the reading of Iago, The Strategies of Evil by Harold Bloom. Thank you very much for listening.